back at ICBC with people who are moving and shaking across the cannabis industry in Europe, meeting all kinds of people. We're pleased to introduce you from, here we go. She has actually a little sign here. We're pleased to introduce you.
Hi, I am Graca from Portugal, and here I am to promote Cannaportugal. It's our fourth event in Portugal, since we already organized two Canna Azores in the Atlantic Islands, and this is going to be our second event in Lisbon. And it's Cannaportugal, May 19 and 20, and it's a very, very special event. We have a lot of activities going on besides the fair and the booths and all the business going on. We have a business-to-business program. And then we have a cannabis fashion show going on, a cannabis food court. We have workshops, debates, music, and also we have a quite unique award. It's called Global Cannabis Legalization Award.
Right.
And I might say that last year we awarded Pep Mujica, the former president of Uruguay, the one who started the legalization of cannabis in the world. We awarded also Mila Jansen from Holland, Jack Harrer. Of course, Jack Harrer already died, but his son Dan Harrer was there in Portugal with us. And this year, as a matter of fact, we are going to award to honor the founder of ICBC, Alex Rogers, is one of the nominees for our Global Cannabis Legalization Award. So there are so many reasons to come to Lisbon on May 19 and 20 and attend our Cannaportugal 2023.
And what's the status of legalization in Portugal? I heard different people are cultivating there, and
yes,
Portugal is like a gateway into the EU. Tell me a little bit more about Portugal.
Yes, we have two different governmental organizations. One for hemp, it's the GAV. It's a different thing from the Infarmed that gives permits for cannabis with high THC for medical purposes and so on. So in these both areas, we already have a lot of production and cultivation. Most of the situations concerning the cannabis for medical reasons are foreign companies that are there. And I might say that all the product goes abroad, because our medical aspect of cannabis is already legalized in Portugal,
right?
But doctors do not prescribe. They don't have too much preparation for it. But also we have another question. It's illegal, and doctors can prescribe as the last solution for all the other interventions, medical interventions done before. So this is a problem because we should be doing what other countries are already doing. Mm-hmm. Start the treatment with cannabis if the client or the patient wants to do that. So our legalization, it's kind of an incomplete one, and we are fighting and we are working hard to do more and more and more. Then we have the hemp aspect of the cannabis, which is very important because without hemp, it is almost impossible to think about sustainability of the planet without hemp in this equation.
Let me ask you quickly, what's the connection between Portugal medicinal marijuana and German medicinal marijuana? Is there an import-export connection?
Oh yes. Most of our are behind. In Portugal, we are behind the regulamentations and the laws that we have in the European Union. Even in terms of hemp. Can you imagine?
Can somebody still be in prison for cultivating high THC cannabis in Portugal?
Well,
I
people.
think you guys had decrim there.
But people go to jail because they cultivate hemp.
Right. In Portugal.
In Portugal, they need this special authorization and so on.
Right.
But as we know, in the agriculture European catalog, hemp is a vegetable. It's like corn. It's like tomatoes. It's like cabbages, whatever. Do you know? So why do we need in Portugal so many authorizations and permits and this and that to produce a vegetable? It doesn't make sense, and the country needs more hemp. As a matter of fact, we have a very special project. It is Cannaportugal. It's a factory of bricks and hempcrete.
Yeah, hempcrete.
Do you know, to build houses? It's Cannaportugal. It's a big one.
How do you spell that?
It's CAN.
Yeah.
HAMOR.
Okay.
And they had this beautiful article in CNN online, you know, and or BBC.
BBC, yeah.
Yes,
I
BBC.
don't watch CNN.
And they have requests from all over the world. Of course, they are in the situation that they are building new factories, and next year they are able to give good answer, positive answer to all the requests. But imagine we have this infrastructure, this factory, Hemp Creek Factory in Portugal, very important, with a very sustainable material for houses and to cover the houses and paints and everything to build a house. But the
Is it in
product.
Lisbon?
No, it's in Alentejo. It's a little bit south, but they import the material to do the hempcrete from France. Does it make any sense?
I agree with you.
Do you know this is something
That's crazy.
that
So the
does,
hemp is coming from France.
Yes, the material.
So France has a pretty good hemp program?
Oh my God! Yes, cultivating hemp. It's the biggest in the EU. But Portugal has
Hemp cultivators. France is on fire.
Oh
But
yes,
Portugal,
on fire. But Portugal, some centuries ago, were one of the biggest producers of hemp.
Right.
And in terms of navigation and the discoveries, our history, we needed hemp. It was possible only because of hemp, because we needed hemp for cords, for the sails, and to cover the recipients of food, for clothing, for the navigators, and this and that, and we have this legacy. On the other hand, Portugal was the first country in Europe and maybe in the world to decriminalize people, the consumers, and we are.
But not the production.
And we are in the literature. In the literature as a good example, as a role model for the world. But then when it comes for producing hemp or opening the opportunity for our industries to produce cannabis for medical reasons or whatever, we are behind the European Union. This is shocking.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
And behind France, come on.
No, the France, we are in the European Union. We need to be together.
Hemp.
But did you know?
Can't be behind France.
But the biggest producer.
I'm an American, remember?
I know. I have this.
We love Portugal.
And I have this amazing relationship with the USA because I was a student of a master's degree, and I have two postdoctoral programs taken in the US, and one is in Harvard, at Harvard University, with a study in Mozambique. So US is like my country also.
Yeah,
and
Mozambique is a French colony, though.
Oh yes. No, it's a Portuguese.
Oh, is it Portuguese?
Yes. Mozambique, Angola, Cape Verde.
Well, then we like Mozambique.
Former colony. So we are not proud of our history, but what can we do? We can change history.
Well, we like to pick on the French.
But
they're like the little brother.
But I just want to add something very important. You know that I think I just told that we are going to deliver an award to Rogers, Alex Rogers, the founder of ICBC, but also to Ukraine. Ukraine, the country, is the biggest producer of hemp in Europe. Can you imagine?
Even now?
Yes, I mean, we never heard about destroying hemp hemp camps, hemp productions,
Yeah.
and they have this new program to intensify, to increase more production of hemp in Ukraine. It's an amazing thing. Spain also, were in the middle of the discoveries and navigation, was a huge country in terms of producing of hemp some centuries ago, and we need to recover this, and also we need to understand that cannabis as a whole, considering hemp too, is a human right. We are in the middle of scientific evidences, and we cannot close eyes, and politicians cannot put their heads into sand, because this is science, and we need more cannabis for health reasons, for sustainability in the world.
So, we absolutely agree with you. We're all advocates of the plant. Why should the business people of the United States or other places around the world come to Cannaportugal? What?
Well, Lisbon is a special place because
Yes.
we have this huge relationship with Brazil and the African Portuguese-speaking countries,
Yeah,
and
you
they
guys
are
have a
going,
whole-
and they are going to be there. Consider, for example, the old population of Europe.
Right.
You put this old population of Europe in Brazil, and still they have land, and they have more population than we have. We are going to have senators, politicians from Brazil in our
Interesting.
event. Top people,
I have no
top
idea what's happening in Brazil.
top industries. Brazil is starting, is scratching,
Yeah.
know,
They
and
speak Portuguese.
they speak Portuguese. That's why it's so important to have the African countries with us, and Brazil with this huge amount of opportunities that are starting there, and people can do business. Last year in Lisbon, we had this business to business approach in our Cannaportugal, and with all cultural events, as I already told, and no one left the event, the International Expo, without a business, new
Excellent.
business.
How many
you know?
people do you expect to be there?
Well, we expect 4,000 people to be there, which is good for Lisbon, and it's very good because it's not a consumer expo. It's a B2B. It's very B2B. That's why we cannot have this amount of people with us. But of course, it's open to the population, to visitors, and we have people between speakers and exhibitors.
Alex over there.
Yes, I know. My friend Alex is over there, and we have more than 20 countries there in Lisbon with us.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
a
pretty
very
exciting.
special, and I hope you can come with your
We will
with your
try.
podcast, because
we love going
we are
there.
going to have a table like this for you guys there, and you are going to interview everybody in Lisbon. But please come with your boyfriend, people come with boyfriends
Yeah,
and
yeah.
girlfriends, because Lisbon is a very romantic city. It's
No,
amazing. We have the best food in Europe. The cities, it's something.
How do people learn more about the Cannaportugal?
Well, they can visit our site, www.cannaportugal.com, and doing the research in the internet, Cannaportugal, double N, Cannaportugal, the news start
right.
coming.
We'll put it out, and people should look at Cannaportugal 2023 to learn more about what's happening in Portugal and what's happening in the European Union and Brazil as well,
And African countries too.
and other African countries. That's right, Portugal's right in the corner. It's going to be an interesting cannabis industry. Things are going to keep changing. But thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm
And
so glad.
We look forward to your expo being a success.
Yes, of course. Thank you. And I hope the best for you too, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.